Our next story takes place here at Colorado and 4th Street. But instead of 2015, it was 1901. Now, we have no photos of the saloon that this took place in. We don't know the exact location, but the story from the newspaper references this intersection. So let's learn more about our characters. The newspaper the following day says it all. Sunday night killing scrape. Ben Raulin instantly killed by General S. Hamby last night. Cause of the killing not explained. Rollins dead and speechless Hamby non-committal. Reported that bad blood existed for several weeks. That was the newspaper of September 30th, 1901. So who was General S. Hamby, as referred to in the newspaper article? His name was Stonewall Jackson Hamby. He was born September the 14th of 1870. His parents named him after the famous Civil War general Stonewall Jackson. Therefore, throughout his whole life, he liked to be called General. Ben Rawlins led a quiet, pretty much uneventful life. He was a saloon keeper at 1101 East 6th Street. He was married to a woman by the name of Mary. Benjamin B. Raulins was born in Louisiana on May 17th of 1865, and he left this world on September 29th, 1901, at the hand of Stonewall Jackson Hamby. It happened on an afternoon in front of the Sports Saloon on West 4th Street near Colorado. Sheriff Jim Davis said that both men expressed a desire to get a permit to carry a gun, that they both said that there was bad blood between them, and that both Hamby and Raulin expressed a belief that they would become involved in such an affair that happened as last night. Even after the shooting, Hamby did not discuss the reason for the bad blood. Perhaps the story can be best told by a witness. Lee Payne, who was employed at a hotel nearby, said that he had been standing a few feet back from Hamby when the first shot was fired. I saw Rollins leave the saloon door on his way to the north side of 4th Street. He was alone, and when about in the center of the street, Hamby, who was about 20 feet to the rear, advanced to the edge of the sidewalk. Hamby then pulled out a .45 Colt revolver, leveled against Rollins, and then fired. Rollins uttered a piercing scream, evidencing that he'd been shot. He ran toward the sports saloon where he'd just come from and reached the entrance on the west side of the saloon. He threw his hands into the air, reeled, and fell upwards upon the sidewalk, his head near the fence, his feet a short distance from the gutter. As soon as he fell, Hamby rushed upon him, placed the gun, from which he had just fired a few seconds before, close to Rollins' side, and fired 2 shots in rapid succession. He died there on the sidewalk. Sergeant Owen was one of the first people on the scene. He immediately took charge of the body, and a short time afterwards removed it to Rosengreen's undertaking establishment. Sergeant Owen said he found no weapon of any sort on the dead man's person. This is the northwest corner of historic Oakwood Cemetery. This is section 4. You can see by the point of line that Benjamin J. Raulin, who died that day on the front porch of the saloon, September 29, 1901, is buried just a mere 360 feet away from the person who murdered him. Stonewall Jackson Hamby, known to many as General Hamby, would live another 31 years. Mr. Hamby died on March 20th of 1932 at the age of 62. He died peacefully at his home at 408 East 8th Street. Both men took to the grave the reason why they had bad blood between them? Nobody knows the answer today. Here is the final resting place of General Stonewall Hamby. Oakwood Cemetery, Section 4, Lot 804.